Honourable Minister of Home Affairs.
The National Assembly was brought to a noisy end this afternoon, just about an hour after the sitting began, as the opposition members prevented Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohee from speaking by thumping on their desk and chanting that Rohee must go. The Speaker, after 2 attempts to bring the House to order, was forced to call it a day and adjourn the sitting of the National Assembly until November 22.
Unfortunately, reluctantly but in vain, I must suspend this assembly by the powers vested in me under Standing Orders 47-9 until the 22nd of November 2012. Thank you very much. Adjourn, sorry. Adjourn.
The Speaker, before all that noise, had announced that he had sought and gotten the opinions from 2 attorneys, including Senior Counsel Rex McKay, who owns this station, about whether, with the no-confidence motion which was passed against Rohee, the Speaker could prevent the Minister from speaking in the National Assembly. He said he was told that he could not, and it will be on the executive to remove Rohee.
I asked specifically of Counsel the following questions regarding Mr. Rohee and asked for an answer. A, whether the President of Guyana is obliged to act on the motion adopted by this House. And B, whether Clement J. Rohee, Mr. Clement J. Rohee, can continue to perform his functions as Minister of Home Affairs in the National Assembly. In answer to the questions posed, I have received the categorical and unequivocal opinion that His Excellency the President is not constitutionally and or legally obliged to adhere to the motion. And similarly, in respect to the second question put, that the member, Mr. Clement J. Rohee, is not restricted from performing the duties of the office of Minister of Home Affairs. As previously indicated, I can find no provision within the standing orders of this National Assembly, the Constitution and the laws of Guyana which restrain the elected member from fulfilling his functions as a minister. As uncomfortable and as unpleasant as it is for me, I must stand on the side of the rule of law.
Now that was before the noise and the adjournment. Following the adjournment, Opposition Leader David Granger said the issue is clear. The opposition has no confidence in Rohee as the Minister of Home Affairs, and therefore the opposition will not allow him to speak in that portfolio before the same National Assembly that passed that no confidence motion in him.
So we are confident that we will continue to act in the interest of the public. We will continue to ensure that Mr. Clement Rohee is not allowed to speak to this House as Minister of Home Affairs. We realize that we do not have the authority to ensure the revocation of his appointment. Only the President could do that. We realize that he is an elected official. The electorate has put him here. But we feel that Mr. Clement Rohee is not competent to perform the functions of Minister of Home Affairs, and in this House, we are not going to allow him to do so. Our concern is with a single minister, Mr. Clement James Rohee, and his performance as Minister of Home Affairs, his responsibility for public security. No person on either side of this House believes that public security is in good hands, and that is the ultimate principle.
Clement J. Rohee will stay as minister. He's our best minister.
The government side was clearly livid over the opposition's stance and the Speaker's decision to call off the sitting. Prime Minister Samuel Hines at an afternoon press conference said the Speaker should have been tougher and should have had the members of the opposition escorted out of the Assembly.
And with that ruling by the Speaker, we expected him to have acted more strongly. I am dismayed at the step that he took eventually. The members on the other side of the House who continued to interrupt and prevent the minister from carrying out his duty and prevented the meeting from continuing, those, we believe, those members should have been ordered out of the Assembly by the Speaker. We think Standing Order 47, he has all the authority. They were clearly in breach and in contempt.
Asked whether the government would take other motions before the House that would not have the minister's name to it, PPP Chief Whip Gail Teixeira said that was out of the question.
The Parliament has no capacity with its standing orders to deal with this issue. What has been ruled on is ruled on.
Yes.
The motion was passed, it has no legal binding. The minister as a member of parliament has a right to speak. So the issue cannot be handled in here. There is no other recourse.
The National Assembly earlier this year passed a no-confidence motion in the Home Affairs Minister. The opposition used their majority to ensure that the motion was passed. President Donald Ramotar has since indicated that he is standing in Rohee's corner and has no intention of asking the minister to leave the Home Affairs portfolio.